So the limit as x goes to 0 of sine of x over x is a very famous limit, and you probably know that the limit is equal to 1. However, there is a geometric proof for this that is not commonly taught. A lot of times the proof for this is just L'Hopital's rule, which can leave out some of the intuition behind this limit. So if we take a look at the sine function, the input to the function is x, and x represents the angle on the unit circle. So in this case, x would be pi over 2 because it's a right triangle, and this pi over 2 is the angle in radians, not degrees. However, we can also think of x as the distance of this arc that connects the two lines on the unit circle. So x here, or the length of this arc, is also pi over 2, which makes sense because the circumference of the unit circle uh, is just going to be 2 pi because it has a radius 1, and the circumference of a circle is 2 pi times r. So in this case, it's 2 pi times 1, or just 2 pi. And then this arc length is going to be a fourth of the circumference because like you can just see there's one arc length and then another one here, then another one here, and then another one here. So if we do 2 pi divided by 4, we get pi over 2, which is this length, or this arc length, or x. So in this limit, we can think of x as just being the length of this arc, and then sine of x on the unit circle is just the height at this certain point. So here the height would be 1 because the height on the unit circle is 1. The height of this line is 1. So we can think of this limit as the ratio between the height on the unit circle at really small angles and the um, length of the arc at really small angles on the unit circle. And so if we look at really small angles, just then we can see that as the angles become smaller and smaller, there's a vertical tangent on the side of the unit circle. And so in the context of this ratio, the vertical tangent just means that the arc length is going to be the same as the height, because all the distance that goes towards going along this arc is really only vertical distance. So sine of x is increasing at the same rate as just the arc length, or x, for really small angles. So that means this ratio is going to be 1 because sine of x is going to be equal to x at really small angles, and anything divided by itself is going to be 1.